Hi friends, I wanted to show you another quick mommy makeup for every day, but I am gonna make it a little darker this time. So I prepped my face, I washed it, I scrubbed it, I used their scrub. I put moisturizer on, a little thicker today. It's a little shiny because I like the thicker one. And then what I'm gonna do is start with my foundation. So I use Warm 3, okay? Our makeup is plant-based. There is no toxic chemicals in it. It is just wonderful how it goes on and how it covers. See how I have a lot of redness in my cheeks? Watch this. I kind of tap it on. And the longer it stays on, the better it works. It kind of starts working with your skin. But see how nice it covers? And then this side as well. And if you have oily skin, it really does tame it down so much. And what's nice about this foundation, it's not cakey. I had my makeup done for a wedding I was in recently and my face was so cakey. And when you looked up close, I looked super old because it just showed every single wrinkle that I have. Because I do have wrinkles. I don't do Botox. I don't do any of that stuff. But I'm 41, so all those wrinkles are slowly starting to come up. But this does not show it. It actually kind of camouflages it. So there you go. Look how nice the coverage is. And if I need more, I can add more at the end. Next thing I like to do, I am not a makeup artist. I always like to say that because there's so many makeup artists out there or people that actually know what they're doing. I kind of just do what works for me, but I feel like most moms are that way. So last time I did a video, someone said, thank you for doing it so simple because I was able to copy it. So the next thing I do is a multitasker. Multitasker is like our chocolate brown, and I like it for the brows. I like it for eyeliner. I like it if I have gray showing, I'll tap some on there. And all you need is a little tiny bit. I just kind of use what's in a cap. So I put my brush in here, just whatever is left. And I like to do my eyebrows a little bit darker. So I'm gonna go in and kind of fill in them a little bit. Again, I am not a professional. I'm just showing you what I do. And I actually am going somewhere this morning, so I want it a little darker. See how dark it looks? It looks a little crazy now, but just with that little bit. But once the whole look is done, it's gonna look nice. Okay. And then fill it in. When I started wearing this makeup, I felt like I had nothing on. I was so confused. I'm like, is it on? Did it come off? Because it's so light that you don't even feel it on your face, but it stays on all day. Okay, so here's my brows. Again, they look a little crazy now, but once I finish everything, I will show you. So today I'm gonna use our palette. This palette is called, what is this palette called? Natural Quartz. I love this palette from Young Living, Natural Quartz, and I'm gonna do is kind of start with the peachy one right here. It's like a nice peachy, it's called Petal. It's really real pretty. It's got like a natural tone to it. So I'm gonna start that on my lower lid. And I like to use this brush right here. This is actually our concealer brush, but I love to apply it just when I have to cover the lid. And I just kind of go on a whole lid on the bottom. And then I'm gonna do my other eye. Just like that. Okay. I don't know if you can see in this light. And then the next color I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a different brush. This one is, it's got like a fluffy end, also from Young Living. And I'm just gonna clean it up from my previous one. And I'm gonna go ahead and use that purpley one. I love that purple shade, it's so pretty. Just a little bit. And the way you apply our makeup, you kind of tap it in. Tap, 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 tap. If you want it darker, you can wet it. I personally don't wet it for like this look, but if I wanted it darker, I would go in and wet it. See, you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see. Let me lower this light. It's so bright. Let's see if you can see it better. There. See, you can kind of see it in my crease. So I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit more, and just just in my crease area, just like that, okay? And I'm just kind of really tapping it in there. And the color I'm using, it's called Dragonfly from that palette. This is one of our new palettes that came out at convention. We have tons and tons and tons of shadows, and they're all very pigmented, but this one I like. If you do not like sparkles, this is not sparkly. It's matte, and again, it stays on all day. See, just kind of in a crease. And then if I wanted it darker, and I'm not really worried about blending it for now, and then I'm gonna use Bliss. Bliss is like the chocolatey brown, almost like a gold chocolatey brown. It's not dark at all. And I'm gonna go right here, and I'm just gonna go just on the bottom here, just in that corner right here, just to kind of make it a little stronger, okay? And then I'm gonna do the same on the other side. Okay, this is not my everyday look. This is more for like going out look. And then on top right here, there is the color, it's called Blessed. Blessed, right on top here. It's like a nice, pretty, you can see, Blessed. It's like a nice sandy color, almost like sand. And I'm just gonna take that and go right on top, right here. And then same with the other eye. And then I like to take it and kind of put it right there, because it is early in the morning, and this would just kind of brighten up my eye a little bit, okay? And then what I like to do is just kind of blend it all in. So I take the blending brush, which is, where's my blending brush? This one right here. It's called blending brush, literally. Okay, it looks like this. And I'm gonna go in and just kind of do this, just so there's no harsh lines. One thing about mineral makeup that's really nice, if you mess up, if something's darker, you simply go in with the blending brush, and it just kind of blends everything away. See how it just smooths in really nicely? Okay. Then the next thing I'm gonna do is my eyeliner. For my eyeliner, I like to apply it wet, so I'm gonna take my misting spray. Our misting spray also has lavender in it, so it's good for your skin. And then I'm going to use, let's use multitasker today instead of eyeliner. That's the chocolate brown one that I use for my brows. So I'm gonna use that as an eyeliner today. So the way I like to do this is just put a little tiny bit, hello, tiny little bit in here. And then I like to just spray right into the cap, just a little bit, see? And that gives me enough of water. I'm all dirty. And then I'm gonna tap my brush in there. And again, I'm just kind of doing like, see? Like very, very little. It's not even a lot, because it's so pigmented. And by doing it wet, it stays on much, much longer. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do my liner. Just like that. It's kind of wet, but kind of dry, so you know, it just gives you a nice line, but it's not a harsh line. I love using this instead of a pencil. We don't have a pencil, but I love using the brush because it just looks so much more delicate. It's not like a really harsh line. It's got a nice delicate touch. Okay, so that's my upper one. And then for my lower one, I like to go back to this brush right here, and I use this end. It's like a little fluffier end. And I'm gonna go in the cap again and just go right on the bottom here. See? I don't go all the way, I just kind of go like 3/4 way. But I love the way that looks. Okay. So it's like very versatile. See, already I look so much more awake, and I don't even have a mascara on yet. So if I wanted to deepen this a little bit, I would actually go ahead and use multitasker as well with this end. Let me show you what it looks like when it's a little darker. Or you can use our black one, or really we have some dark eyeshadows. And I can go in and kind of make it a little bit darker. This is more if I was going to a party or it's a weekend. So you just kind of deepens it a little bit. And I'm literally just tapping it right in a corner here. Okay, see? And that just kind of deepens it. It kind of gives that smoky look. And I can also take the other end and make it a little bit more smoky down here. See, it just kind of looks a little bit darker. So this is definitely not an everyday look, but since I have a meeting this morning, this is perfect for me. So then the next thing I like to do is I go ahead and I use my thing right here. I don't know, some people say it's bad, but whatever, it works for my lashes. Oopsie. That's okay, I'll remove that later. And then I like to apply my mascara. The way I like to apply my mascara, I kind of get it off. And then I start right in the middle here and I kind of go just by right at the end of the lash. I kind of go forth and back, forth and back, forth and back, forth and back. And then I do the same thing on this one. See, I kind of like swirl, 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 swirl. I learned that trick and it does make him longer. Then I go back to the other one. And then I just go all the way up, all the way up. And it just makes it much, much thicker. I like a nice thick lash. I actually thought about getting extensions, but I don't like things to be difficult and I don't like the upkeep of it because I know you gotta go like once a month and then they fall out and there. I like my lashes thicker, so I like to do that. If you want it even thicker, you can go and do another coat. And then I do a little bit on the bottom, okay? And that is it for my eyes for today. I am gonna do my cheeks. So I like to kind of contour my cheeks to make them look a little skinnier. So I like to use Captivate. And what I do is I put a little bit into my cap. Again, very little, you don't need much. And then I like to use this brush right here. This brush is called a blush brush. Swirl it in there and then I go right there. It's always hard to see on camera, but in real life it really looks nice. Okay, tap it in there, tap it in there. And it just kind of gives me that hollow look. And then some people go here. And then since I have this double chin that I'm trying to get rid of, I kind of go right here as well. And that gives you like an illusion of thinner neck. And then I go down here. I'm pretty tan because I live in Florida, but if you were not tan, always go down on your neck so everything kind of matches. Then the next thing I like to do, I love Crowned All Over, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of shininess right there. This is like a highlight. Again, you don't need much, very, very little. And I'm taking the same brush, kind of tapping it in there and go. And this just kind of gives you that nice highlight look. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna add a little bit more and kind of go right down my nose and then through here, and it gives you like a nice glowy look. And then to end everything, what I like to do is take Veil. Veil is like, that's what gives you that translucent look on camera. And I'm gonna go ahead, I put a little bit in here, take my big Veil brush, big fluffy Veil brush. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of put it all over. And this kind of sets everything. There. Okay. And then, oh, I was gonna bring my Embrace. My Embrace came in. That is my favorite lip gloss, but I forgot to bring it. It's in my purse. So I'm gonna use Journey. Journey is like a nice gold look. And just apply a little Journey on. We have tons of lipsticks. We have really dark lipsticks. We have a peachy, pinky, anything that you want, except red, because red actually is very hard to make naturally, and this is non-toxic makeup. And that is my look for like if I'm going somewhere a little bit darker. It's not as light as the other one that I did the other day, so you can really mix up your look. And this stays on all day. I will show you later on how well it's staying. But yeah, again, I'm not a makeup artist. This is just me showing you what I do. All right, guys, take care.